Okay, this is a follow-up to the deck profile that I should have uploaded before this. This is the Dark Fairy deck. We're going to be trying it out against Executor here. We're going to be just drawing some cards here. I think we are in a good position to just start digging. We have a lot of ways to dig through the deck. So I'm confident using the ship here, discarding the Cosmo Ocean, using the Amazing Dealer afterwards to dig into the deck even more and draw into complete garbage. Sometimes you get punished. We're going to use the Star Excavation to dig even deeper into the deck because sometimes your deck doesn't like you. I guess we took the risk for that, so definitely got punished for that. But we ended up getting semi-rewarded, I guess. We managed to at least get the cross motion on the field and the Zerato in the graveyard for our follow-up plays later on. And this cross motion turn 1 isn't the best play in the board, but it's still like fine. So looking at our graveyard, we have ample order targets. We have at least one descent target. We did discard one descent already, but we have already gone through 12 cards in the deck, so we have a pretty good shot of drawing into other copies of Descent or Secret Order, which we have plenty of targets for. So I think we should be overall pretty fine. We also managed to get rid of a lot of our Amazing Dealers here, so we won't be drawing to those later on ideally. So that's pretty nice here. I'm using a Rhythmical Performer. This could mean anything. Honestly, Rhythmical Performer isn't ideal in this format, especially with like the decrease in the order usage, but like he's still playing it. He's playing Sea Serpents, which is nice. That's I guess the deck that he is known for at this point, so makes sense that he'd be playing it now. The Headbutt Chatula is the perfect answer to this just because it beats over 25, that's all it needs to do. You can just use it to debuff it, reduce the Cosmo Ocean by 500 and just swing in for 28 here, which is a fine number. We can definitely come back from this though. This is basically the battle between like two extremely powerful monster legend cards, which is nice. Ideally what I want to find here, Secret Order, Descent would be decent also, but I don't think it will be good enough here. Ideally Secret Order. Secret Order will be the best thing that I can find here. That is neither of those, which is unfortunate here, but we can still make some plays here. Let's start with the Spectre here to just get some cards into rotation here. Let's see what we find. A Dolby here is decent. We can get rid of that. Then we're gonna have to make some decisions here. I do want to use the Seraph this turn. That means we have to tribute over the Tiger Roll here. For this. And we're gonna use the Seraph to crash into this Crane Jaws. I'm pretty sure here. And then we can use the Glyco Razor to beat over the Chatula and then the Watchman for the Seadra. So we can. This also plays around Daedalus, which is very funny. So we'll do exactly what we have been doing, and then we get to attack and pass the turn afterwards. Right. Okay, start here. We are now at 3k, so if they are trying to go into Headbutt Chatula again, they're going to be crashing unless they have Umi, which they might not necessarily draw. They also might not necessarily draw the Headbutt Chatula, but any copies of Wolfish also convert into Chatula because they have one in Graveyard, so we'll just see exactly what they find here. They don't have the Urchin, so they aren't able to get like 3700 beats like out on the field. They are going to do debuff this Watchman, which is fine by me. That implies that they are crashed. No, they are going to a second Chatula, which is actually very good for us, which means because they have only one monster on board, which means that they are in an extremely vulnerable position, and they took a lot of cards to just out this Watchman here. So Watchman, pretty good card. Let's see if we can actually crack back here. A lot of things would do it here, and that is a very sick hand for this. We'll go Secret Order, summon Oblivion. Ideally we summon more Oblivions, but we're only playing the one copy, as they mentioned in the deck profile, so one of our monsters is going to be debuffed by Umi here when that appears. I think I'm going to set this because I want to find Descent as fast as possible at this point. I want to end the game, find the Zerato and just punch him. So we're going to be setting the Secret Order, despite the fact that they have Sea Dragonite to potentially pop it. Basically getting a little bit greedy here, but I think it's fine to be a bit greedy in this position when we are ahead in life points. So they need to find a pretty specific hand to out this board entirely here. So we'll see exactly what they draw. They haven't found Umi yet, so they might find it in this draw. They're halfway through the deck, so they likely find at least one of them. Finding a Grand Extreme is fine here. They do have the Daedalus, which is very worrying. It's a matter of whether they have Umi or not though. And if they don't have Umi, then we have the secret order for the crackback here. There's not a lot of things you want to shuffle back here. I already have a lot of order targets in rotation. You'd shuffle back the Zerato here because you don't want me to just descend into it, and the Watchman as well for the same reason. But that's not exactly a perfect either. Yeah, definitely still like a bunch of options you can put back here. Yeah, that's okay, but it didn't shuffle back the Zerato, which means that we do have the descent to get it back. Like next draw, hopefully. So we'll see. If we find descent here, we probably win the game. Okay. What are they attacking into? They're attacking into Oblivion, which is fine here. I think neither of these are threat here. I think you will be completely fine just killing the Glecko Rays for more damage. Aha, the perfect hand, okay. Let's go with the Upstart King Rex. Trigger the Upstart King Rex to draw a card. Normal summon the Watchman. Activate Descent, showing Brain Harvester and Seraph to summon the Almighty Zerato. And discarding these two. Do they have the Traplet? They do have the Traplet. Okay, that's definitely unfortunate for me. It could have played around it, but unfortunately, we forgot about Traplet, I guess. So we can just attack into the Terra and pass them here. If they don't draw Umi, we're still in a very good position. This Zerato is still on the board, so they have to kill it. Though they are statistically likely to find Umi at this point. Or I guess statistics favors the bold, sure. Luck favors the bold, and we are very bold, I suppose. Watch them mill the Umi here. Performer, mill. They find the Urchin, which is actually pretty good here, because they... Wait, didn't they... I think they already had the Urchin rotation. Unless I forgot about it. No, they just found it. Okay, sure. Sea-Star Trooper here. Finding another Urchin. There's all the Urchins coming out. Shuffling the Oblivion back, that's fine. I already have all the target rotation like this one, so we're not too miffed about it. Do have the Urchin Wolfish here. They could get the 1400 attack if they want to. Let's see if they will though. Choosing the Charge Lord, they're probably going to go for a Grand Extreme then. Yep. And they get to shuffle more cards back. But another Descent. If I find another Descent, then now I win. Because I don't think they're playing more than one Traplet main deck, if I remember the list correctly. So they use this debuff the cross motion Daedalus into here, headbutt Charge Lord into Zerato, and then the Wolf Fetch and kill the Watchman. One cut set, which could be Crisis, could be maybe another Traplet if he is running. There's the Umi, see? There's the Umi. A bit too late there. Be too late. Okay, we just need... There are a lot of things we can draw here that would be pretty swell. So we just gotta find it. Hey, correct order. Though if we do find another way to get to Watchmen, then like... we are able to play through the Daedalus. Yep, I don't play Karpas, guys, so that I'm not playing this in the Thunderbolt matter. Alright, Descent. Not Descent. But definitely an interesting one. We can go Ship here to discard the dealer and draw one card. Now the question is whether I want to take some risks or not, and the answer is probably not. What draws win me the game here? Descent doesn't win me the game because... No, I can go into Secret Order then, right? See, no, I can't. I can't do that. Descent would get me into the Watchmen. There are no Watchmens left in the deck, and there's only one Descent. Well, there's technically two because of the Descent, but there's only one actual Descent left. So if I find Stone Excavation, I don't win. But if I find another 2500, what does that do for me? Not much, I don't think. So I think we're gonna just Secret Order here to summon the crossbow motion, and we're gonna kill the Daedalus here. We kind of have to here. And we will set both of the Glyco Razors here, and then go to battle and attack over the Daedalus. Checking if we don't have lethal. We definitely don't have lethal here. Kill the Daedalus past them. Okay, and we'll see if they find Umi. If they find Umi, we're gonna be taking a fair bit of damage here. But they don't have access to Daedalus yet, though they could be playing like Shiva or Hagwa. And Wolfish, I guess. Are they out of? I think they have one Wolfish left, if I remember correctly. Yeah, one Wolfish left. Okay. If only Wolfish was like just any time you want to activate it, you can just activate it. Like you don't need to care whether it was normal or special this turn. They could just add back to the Daedalus here. That would be pretty useful, but unfortunate. Using the charge lot now is interesting. That implies that they don't have the Umi, which makes that Umi mill very funny. It's very cool. They do have the stone excavation here. What are they going into here? Going into the Umi. Interesting sequence then. If we wanted to do that, then we should have stone X for the Umi first, because we already had one in rotation. Yep, and they seem to have recognized it. Setting the last card means that we do have access to this Upstart King Rex here, so we have 4 draws here to find a lot of things do it, I think. I think a Descent or a Stone Excavation I think will be fine here. No, Descent, no, we are 1 card short of a Stone Excavation actually doing well here. Well, we'll see. We will Ship of 7 Treasures here. Discard this Oblivion. Draw 2 cards. We did find the Descent. We did find Descent. Okay, so that means that we are going to be doing it like the... I don't think we need to Upstart King Rex now. There's no reason for me to do it, right? There's just no reason. Yeah, okay. Descent will reveal the Tiger Roll and the Dianido. Get that Zerato onto the board. Discard, I guess non-fairies, doesn't really matter at this point. They don't have the Traplet, we can use the Zerato here. Discard this Dianido, wipe the board, and we're gonna normal summon the rest of these in case they are on Hard Defense mission, so that we can play through that. Go to battle, Zerato in for hopefully lethal? Yep, okay, there we go. That's a pretty good showing of this deck. We did set this up as a best of 3 game, but I didn't make my side deck yet, so we're just not gonna be siding. We just don't need a side, you know. Who needs preparation? You just gotta bring all of your weapons. You don't need any extra ones. Just the main deck of 40, and you're good to go. Not an ideal hand, but if you do have 2 monsters, we are able to use the Brain Harvester to draw some cards. We'll see exactly what they do though. If they only get like 1 monster, then we don't really have much to do. Performer here, hopefully that mills 7. Well, I don't actually think I want them to mill 7 this one. Milling a Chatula is interesting, that means that they have the option for Wolfish. I do want to draw the 7, I think, at this point. Tributing for Granganus doesn't get the damage off because they're not any spell traps. Okay, let's draw here. I will go into the Brain Harvester. I think I want to draw 2 cards here. Or do I want to play it safe and just draw 1 card? No, I want to draw 2 cards. Okay, we could go into the dealer. I think I want to be a bit greedy here and just start doing that. We do lose 2 Sword Excavations, but I think I'm fine doing that. Ditching all 3 cards here. I want to make at least some play here, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, that's fine. That's not too bad. We can Tribute Summon the Oblivion here, and I think we're gonna be crashing this Oblivion. And because we know they're on Urge in here, I do want to use the Glyco Razor to swing in. We'll use this to find some high level here to dump here. Brain Harvester, Glyco, Secret Order here. We've lost both Stone Excavations, so Secret Order being milled is not good. So I think what I want to do is mill the Glyco Razor here. If our Glyco Razor somehow doesn't die, then we still have the unique name in there. Normal summon the Glyco Razor, go to battle phase, we'll crash into the Granganus. attack into the set monster, the Glyco Razor to play around the Urchin, and Severance directly for 12. That was a Terra, so we could have gotten 300 damage, but I'm not too miffed about that overall. We'll just swing in and then pass on. Alright. Zeratul is still in deck. We still have 3 Descents to use, though no targets at the current moment. And our board is pretty weak, but we have a fine amount of life points here, so we do have some time. Finding the Umi, we don't have a clean way to get rid of it. We do technically have Azrath in the deck, but that's not ideal. An ideal way to get rid of it because it is quite costly. They're gonna put the Oblivion back here, which is unfortunate, but we're probably gonna be able to find it later on. They do mill an Urchin, so if they do have the Wolfish, they can get an attack off of it if they want to, but they don't exactly need to. Terrell here, they could use it to just flip the Glyco Razor face down. Choosing not to though, they're gonna go into the Wolfish. I'm guessing they're going to go into Grand Extreme play here, but they instead went for the Urchin for the attack boost. So basically, they're only going to be killing one monster here. They choose to kill the Serpent here. That's completely okay for me. Let's see if we can find just like the Zeratul off the top. That'd be pretty good. That is literally the Zeratul off top. Let's check our graveyard here. We have 1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dogs, and the 4th dog. So we are able to activate the Zeratul effect here, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, we don't have another high level to get another monster onto the field. That would have been very good. Actually, we can still do that. We can Severance. We have one more chance to find it. So we'll go Severance effect. Try to find any high level. I did say any high level, but that's not the one I wanted. So we'll just send that, and we will go. I guess we tribute over the Severance. We don't need to tribute over the Severance. We can tribute over the Dianido and just start attacking. I don't need to use the board wipe effect here because it's just gonna make my board exceptionally weak. So we're gonna go into the Dianido, tribute the Dianido because of the requirement, and just set these 2 cards. And if the Zeratul gets cleared next turn, we can bring it back and then maybe activate the effect actually. Oh wait, this is 1600, I completely forgot here. So we aren't able to actually clear this here, which is, I think, overall fine. We'll just pass on here. They are still in a very threatening position next turn. They have to find the Daedalus here or we are good to go for the most part. And there's a 1600 defender here. It's not exactly doing that much right now. We'll be activating here. They can put back the cross motion again, which is unfortunate, but we don't even have Secret Order rotation, so I'm not feeling too bad about it, but for future lines of play with Secret Order, that's going to be worrying for sure. On the Sea Dragon Knight, do I have duplicates? I cannot remember. Nope, it is just stone activation. Hitting the ship with 7 treasures is completely fine. The one I want to keep is the Descent anyway, which they will find here off of the Seadra, which there are no duplicates in my graveyard, so it will not get popped, but they will know that their death is potentially imminent. Now the real question is whether they have an Auto Zeratul. If they don't have an Auto Zeratul, they are very likely dead. But if they do, then we're gonna have to work a little harder to get our win here. All depends on those 2 cards. They probably do have a 2 tribute. They do have it, is the Wolfish. That is completely fine here. They have a couple of options here. But this was set from last turn, so I don't think they actually have. Yeah, they don't have the Grand Shoes though. So they're just gonna set that card again. And just attack over our monsters here. Our Servants will die. We'll still have our 1500 here though, so I think we're not feeling too bad. We still don't know exactly what it is. That's probably like a traplet. That's entirely possible. Which if that's the case, then we don't really have a way to out it though. Very interesting. We will use Ship of 7 treasures here, discarding this Oblivion, and then we'll draw 2 cards. That's a pretty strong hand here. We will use the Descent that they know of, revealing the Watchman and the Brain Harvester to summon the Zeratul. And discarding the Watchman and the Brain Harvester for this. Do they have the traplet? If they do, then we just tribute for Watchman. Okay, so in that case, then this is actually a pretty annoying position, but we can still pull through here, honestly. we have to go Secret Order now, in that case. Get the Oblivion, because otherwise we don't have lethal, so we have to push out the potential Traplet here, which apparently we don't have, so we'll just go for lethal here, discard the Watchman for Zeratul, nuke the board, set this last descent. I probably should have kept it in hand, but oh, it's fine. And because we have more than enough lethal damage, we'll just go in for 6,000 plus 15, that is 7,500 damage. Well over lethal. And that will be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.